What's up, y'all? In this video, I'm gonna be sharing my story, how I built my window tinting company to 6 figures. So if you're struggling to scale or you're just starting out in business, make sure to watch the full video and subscribe for more. Let's get into it. So let's start off by sharing how it all started. So it all started when I took my car to get tinted at my local tint shop. So I took my car to get tinted and he offered me a job. He was looking for a helper and he offered me a job. He wanted me to pay him $1,200, I think, to teach me how to tint. And at the moment, I didn't have that money in hand to give him the money. So I kept looking for ways to learn. And I went online, did my own research, and I signed up for Tint School Online. That's what the program is called. And I started learning how to tint. I bought the course in January, and I started tinting for customers. I started getting my first customers in March. So that's how fast I got into business. To be honest, I didn't know how to tint every single car, but the only way to get into business and get the needle moving forward was just throw myself in there. So that's what I did, and that's what worked, I guess. I started off mobile. I started offering mobile services for my customers. I was tinting out of my little Volkswagen that I have. I was tinting out of that car, and it worked. So after a little while of doing that mobile part-time, I was looking for a shop. I was looking to take my company to the next level. So I found a shop, it was a small little shop that I found. I was there for around 6 months, I think. I was at that location for 6 months, and that was in 2022, November in 2022. So I got it in November 2022, and then I've moved out of there in March or April, I think. I moved out of there. So then after April, I gave up. I didn't want to do it anymore. I failed. It didn't work. So actually, that shop, I got kicked out of that shop because I was doing terrible in business. I didn't have the funds to pay the rent, so I got kicked out. Then I gave up. Didn't want to do it anymore. Then what got me back into it is customers kept calling. So customers already knew me as a tinter. They would recognize me, so they would hit me up. Hey, can you tint my windows on the weekend, or whenever you have off? Can you tint them for me? And I said no. I left a lot of people on red at the beginning, but then one day I got a message from one of my followers on social media, and he hit me up. He's like, hey, I have a car for you to do. And I showed up. That was my first customer back that after I failed, lost my shop. That was the first customer that got me back into it. So I tinted that car. Then I tinted a couple more cars for my coworkers that work in construction. After a few jobs that I did for all these people, I was like, it's time to find a new shop. So I went online. I went on Facebook Marketplace, and then I found this shop in my where I'm at today. Not the shop where I'm at today, but the previous one. So I found that shop. I think it was like $500 a month. You can fit whatever car in there. Mostly every single car fits in there. I only did one Continental, a service truck. The bay didn't close, but it did fit inside. I did tint it inside. Um, that was a good spot as well. The only bad thing about that it was like when it rained, all the water would go inside your bay. So that was the only bad thing about that shop, but it was a good location. So then one day, I tinted for the owner of my shop today. I tinted his truck, and he mentioned that he had a couple bays available for rent, and they were not too far away. So I was like, once I'm done this job, can we go look at them? And he said, yeah, we can. So I finished up the job. We went to go look at them, and I got the lease the next month. So I've been there for about a little bit over a year now, and it's a good location. I have more space. A quick breakdown. So it started mobile, then I got a shop, then it failed, then I got another shop, then I upgraded to another shop. So that's where I'm at today. So one thing is to see a video of how a guy tints, and then another thing is to actually do the job and be there doing the job hands-on. So you gotta mess up installs. You gotta and then after messing up every single time or constantly, you're gonna get better eventually. So if you're just starting out in tinting and you want to get better or stuff like that, just hang into it, keep going. You got this. Don't give up. You get the hang of it eventually. Once you start full time in your business, there's a lot of stuff that you gotta balance. It's your personal life and it's your business. So you gotta balance both. So if you have a family, you have to give them enough family time, and then if you have the business, you gotta give the business enough time as well. So it's a lot to balance. And one thing that you need to know, in order to scale, you have to stop doing things alone. So you have to build a team around you. So you can do everything yourself, but you limit yourself on how much you can make. So if you make 100,000 or 120,000, that's your max because you do everything yourself. That's your max because you're doing everything at once. You're doing all the phone calls, all the leads you get, you're the one answering. So I have a salesperson and I have two guys with me tinting and myself. So that's four people in the team. I'm still starting off. I'm not saying that I'm the big company yet, but eventually I will. It's not if it's gonna happen. It's when it's gonna happen. So you gotta think that you're gonna make it. Well, you gotta believe you're gonna make it in order to make it. Then the first how I built my first customer base was all off social media. So the first thing I did was make my pages on social media. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, we post reels constantly on there. It's gabes.tints with a Z at the end, and then it's a slash bar at the bottom. So we built our social media pages, and then it was all word of mouth. Like I was spreading the word. I used to. I don't do it that often anymore, but I used to go to stores like local local businesses and put my business cards on their counter. I asked them if I can leave my business cards on their counter. That's what I used to do. Not I don't do it that often anymore, but I should start doing it again. So yeah, then I built my Google My Business page, and then that's that's my main source of marketing. So I pay for ads. I get customers out of Google My Business. You got to think about it this way. So whenever you're looking for something, where do you go to look for it? So if you want a haircut and you don't know where to go, you're like haircut barbershops near me. So that's the first thing you go to Google. So if you want a restaurant, what's the best restaurant in my area or good restaurants near me? So that's the first place you're gonna go looking for a service. Or why not invest money to be at the top on that page? So when a customer search up for window tint shops near me, you're the first one that pops up. So that's what we do. That's how we get customers. That's one way of how we get customers. We still do social media. We still do word of mouth. We still leave business cards at local businesses. We still market ourselves with T-shirts. So wherever someone sees us, they see we're branded up. Our cars are branded up as well. So wherever we go, we have our brand. So if someone sees you at the grocery store, they see your shirt on, they're like, "Oh, this guy does tints." Let me walk up to him, ask him for a quote. Most people just cut you off or get intimidated. So I don't. It's a good way to market yourself, but that didn't work for me, so I stopped doing it. So I got doors shut in my face at some point. I would walk up to strangers at the car wash, like when they were washing their cars. I would walk up to them, "Hey, I tint windows," and they were like, "Hey, just stop it." Like they would just start talking crap about it, or yeah, that didn't stop me though. I stepped going. I kept going. Yeah, and then at the beginning, nobody's gonna believe in you. Nobody's gonna believe it. You gotta believe in the dream yourself. So even my closest friends and closest family told me that this wasn't gonna be a thing, that I was gonna fail, that what was I doing, what was I thinking, that nobody quits their jobs to follow their dream. So it makes you feel bad at the time. Like it makes you feel like you're doing, like I don't know, it's a different type of feeling when you get those compliments from people, and instead of them supporting you, like, "Hey, I support you in what you're doing," you're taking a leap of faith in your craft. Um, Instead, they're like, "Oh, you're doing this wrong. You're failing. you're doing something different that they won't do themselves, so that's why they think that you're doing something wrong. So yeah, just you just have to have that in mind. So whenever you start something, the people around you that you call friends or family, they won't even support you. Most of them. I'm not saying every single one of them. Most of them won't even support you. There might be some that will. I'm not gonna say they won't, but it all depends on how close you are to them and how your relationship is. Turning point. So when I started realizing that this was gonna be a full time gig and I was like meant to do this full time, that was when I first landed my first commercial job. It was a good paying job. I landed that job, and I was still part time with the construction company I was working for. So I had two choices. I was gonna ask for 2 days off to complete the job, or I was just gonna quit and live off that job for a couple months and see if this tinting business was gonna go somewhere. So yeah, so I told my boss, I'm like, hey, I landed the job, the proposal's approved. I need a couple days to go complete the job, or I'm thinking about quitting. So it's one or the other. I'll let you know by the end of the day today. So he was okay with that, and then I got off work at 5. I got home, took a shower, got to think about it a little bit more, and I gave him a call like around 6 or 7. I'm like, hey, today was my last day. I can't make it tomorrow. I'm gonna go do the job tomorrow. So yeah, that's how it happened. That's how I went full time. A bunch of people are gonna tell you, hey, save up 3 months or 6 months of your monthly expenses to go full time on your passion. I didn't have any of that. I just had that one job. It worked for me. Like, I'm not saying do the same, right? Because it's something scary for sure. So do what you think is right. So at that moment, I thought it was right. I had a high paying job that time, and I was like, let me just go for it. I'll live off that job for a couple months, and then after that, if I don't have any customers, or I'm doing pretty bad, I run out of money, I'll start door dashing, or I'll start doing Uber or something. Like, I'll figure it out. So my point of it is I'll figure it out as I go. So I didn't stop there. um, you don't have to have everything figured out. You'll figure it out as you go. So if you're looking to start your tinting business or any business in general, just go for it. Don't think about it, just go for it. That's what I recommend you do. How I scaled to 6 figures was hiring a team, getting a physical shop, improving my branding, and building systems. So first off, hiring help. Like I said, you can't do this alone. You have to have a team to in order for it to work. A team to answer the phone, the emails. Um, a person to take care of sales in general, and then another person to help you out with tinting. Another person to help you out with. I have 2 people helping me out with tinting, and I have a salesperson. So what worked for me. I'm not saying it's gonna work for you, right? But what worked for me is having a physical shop. So people started taking me seriously when they walk into my shop. They're like, "Ooh, nice shop." So that's the first thing they point out. The location is right, the signage is right. So that's what worked for me. By improving your branding and your marketing and customer service. So the customer experience is everything. So when the customer comes to the shop, he's getting treated right. You're gonna doubt yourself. You're gonna feel like you're not doing stuff right when you have a cancellation, when you have the slow season on you, or whenever you're not getting customers, you're not getting phone calls. That's when you're gonna doubt yourself. But let me tell you this: keep going, don't give up. The slow season might be over soon, so just keep going. Those customers are gonna come, and just stick to it. Now we're at 6 figures. We have a team. We have happy clients, and community recognition. So that makes me feel grateful about myself. That makes me feel like I'm doing something right. If you're watching this and you're just starting out, understand this. You don't have to have everything figured out. You'll figure it out in the way. So just go, start doing it, start that business. You'll figure it out. If you enjoyed this video and this video taught you something today, please hit that like button. And if you want more content like this, please hit that subscribe button. So peace, y'all. Hope you guys have a good day and see you on the next one.